Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Reza. So I'll be continuing where my two other colleagues have left off, and I'll be focusing more on the post-construction stage. For me, this is one of the most exciting stage in the process because that means you are getting closer to moving into your new home. So I'll be covering 4 items in this stage, which is I'll be covering the first one, which is the certificate of completion and compliance. What is the certificate of completion and compliance, or the CCC? It's actually the certificate that provides the final sign off for the completion of the construction of the building that you are buying, or the house that you are buying. So you just imagine that whole process of buying the house is like a marathon. This is like the last kilometer before the finishing line. So it's getting closer to that. So the certificate is actually assessed and completed by a registered professional in the industry, such as engineers, architects, or draftsperson, and they will be checking whether property or the project is according to original plan, it's safely constructed, and if it fits for people to stay. You don't want a house that is not safe. You don't want a postman to actually check whether it's safe or not. So you get all these registered professional who knows about the project to give their assessment on the project. So what are the things that they will be assessing on this on the project? They will be checking on the foundation, on the layout, the fire safety, and other things to make sure whether they're okay or not. Upon completion of the assessment, they will be submitting the document with also other supporting documents from utility companies and also other registered body to the local authority to get it approved for the certificate to be completed. So now we move on to the next item in the stage, which is the vacant position, or VP, not Vice President, vacant position. So what is a VP? In simple term, VP is when the developer pick up their phone, dial your number, and tell you your home is ready for you to move in. So meaning that everything that is provided as stated in the SPA has been completed. So meaning if you're in the SPA, it stated that you have furniture and fittings, the furniture and fittings are already been installed. You must make sure the roof of the house is there, and also all the doors are installed. Before the developer can give you the good news, they have to make sure 3 things. The first one will be, as we mentioned before, the CCC, the certificate of completion and compliance, has been submitted and also approved by the local authorities. No CCC, no movement there. And then the second item is you have to make sure that the electricity and water supplies are ready for connection. So you don't want to move into a house with only candles and also no water, unless you live in Selangor lah. And the last part is all the scheduled payment that is stated in the Schedule H has been paid. No money, no house. So once all the 3 items has been completed, that's when the developer call you and said the house is ready for you to move in. Now you move in and settle down already. So what's next? Let me just ask you a simple question. Is the house already yours? Well, the answer is not yet. But you might be asking yourself, well, I paid the booking, I paid the down payment, I paid the progressive interest, I renovated it, why is this not my house? Well, for the house to be yours, you have to make sure that the house is under your name. And that is where the next process comes in, where we have a document which is called Memorandum of Transfer, or MOT. So what is MOT? MOT is a document, the master title, which is under the developer or the current owner, is being transferred to the name of the buyer, which is your name. So no MOT, meaning that the house is still under the name of the previous owner or the developer. And I don't think anyone wants to have that, because they want the title of the house to be under their name. So for us to make the MOT to be legal and also to be recognized, you have to pay a certain amount of stamp duty that is imposed by the government. So the latest stamp duty that is gazetted by the government is 1% for the first 100,000. Then for the next 100,000 to 500,000 will be 2%. 500,000 to 1 million will be 3%, and the last one, which is 1 million and above, will be 4%. So you must be wondering, how do I calculate the stamp duty? Well, let me just give you a simple example for a better understanding. Let's say you are buying a property with the value of RM 1.2 million. So for you to calculate the stamp duty, the first 100,000 will be charged 1%, the next 100,000 to 500,000 will be charged 2%, 500,000 to 1 million will be charged 3%, and the balance of 200,000 from the 1.2 million property value will be charged 4%. Calculate all them, total up, and you will get the stamp duty amount. But don't worry, you can always ask any of the team leaders or the seniors to give you more explanation if you don't understand. Alright? So now we come to the last part of the stage. So, you move into your new house, you renovate it and make the house your home. But a few years down the road, the 2-bedroom apartment does not accommodate your growing family. So you decided you need to upgrade. You need to find a new home to accommodate everyone. So you decided to sell the current house and buy a new one. So this is where the next steps comes in, which we call the real property gain tax, or RPGT. So when you are selling a property, you want to make a profit. So that profit will be taxable by the government, and it's called the real property gain tax. So if you're selling at a loss, there's no tax. But I don't think anyone wants to sell at a loss, right? So what are the tax imposed by the government? For Malaysian resident, for the first to third year of selling the house, you have to pay 30% tax. While in the fourth year, you have to pay 20%. On the fifth year, you have to pay 15% and 5% 6 years onwards. For companies, it's the same with Malaysian residents, except for the 6th year, it will be charged 10%. While for foreigners, for the first to fifth year, 30% will be charged, while on the 6th year, it will be charged 10%. So do note that the charges will be imposed on the profit that you made on the sale. So let me give you an example. So you bought a house 4 years ago with the value of 500,000, and you are selling it now for 700,000, meaning you are making a profit of 200,000. So the tax imposed, or the RPGT imposed on the profit, will be 20%. But the government has also given exemption in the RPGT Act, which is there are 4 things. The first one is there is a once in a lifetime exemption for any Malaysian residents for any profit that they make. So only once in their lifetime. Second, you will be exempted 10,000 or 10% of the profit. Which one is higher? So you'll be exempted with that. Third one is exemption for transfer or profit made from selling of property to family members, except for siblings. And the fourth one is, which is I think is very new, for any property which costs 200,000 and below will be exempted from tax. So that is basically the 4 items that covers in post construction stage. Now I hope it will be very helpful for everyone, and I hope I get to see you again soon. Bye.